Alright, welcome to the 2015 pickup video. Last year I did one sort of at the beginning of the year to kind of show you guys what I got because I don't like to do individual pickup videos like every month or every time I get a good score. So I kind of wait to every year to kind of show off what I've gotten over the last, obviously, like I said, year. And I'll kind of give you some information regarding like what I paid for some of them, and we'll kind of do it all in one big bundle. And it kind of lets me to figure out what I actually have compared to what I had last year. So I haven't gotten a lot of games, but I like to think that the games that I have gotten have been pretty quality. So we'll start over here on the video game shelf here. This is new. I bought this because I was getting more disc games, so I needed something to be more organized rather than just, you know, what do you call it, just stacking them up, which is kind of shitty. So some of them are computer games, Warcraft 2 and 3. This is my my wife's Spyro. She likes that. This was actually pretty cool. Picked this up. PC Engine, TurboGrafx, whatever you want to call it. It's in really good condition. The disc is really good. I know this is not quite as rare as the American version, but this one still holds value, and it's Godzilla. I couldn't pass it up. So hopefully one day I can get myself the system to play it, so I can do a little Godzilla fighting there. Virtual Cop on the Sega Saturn. I have the gun over there, and I'll show you that later. Let's see. Bunch of Sega Saturn games, nothing really interesting. Die Hard, you may recognize that. Never probably going to open it. I used it just in case I needed extra footage. We got Tomb Raider, Crazy Taxi. This is a pretty cool game. I recommend everyone get this. If you like this game and you want to get a version of it, get the one on the Dreamcast. It has better graphics, load up time, and the sound is really good. The 64 one is pretty good too, but it's pretty choppy as far as the graphics are concerned, so I definitely would go for this one. Twisted Show on the 3DO. I do have a lot of 3DO games since we needed to collect a good bit of them for the episode we did. I got StarCraft, Doom. Let's see. Here we go. This is something I didn't have last year. This is the first start of my TurboGrafx collection. Splatterhouse. Picked this up at SGC. This is a really good game. I did it for our Halloween episode where I ran through and beat it. Excellent. Expensive game, but really good. Keith Courage and Bonk's Adventure. I will be doing Bonk's Adventure in an episode. I beat this game today sometime in the next couple months, so look for that. I don't know if this game is okay. I don't know if I'll ever really get into it and play it, but that's kind of my small, mediocre TurboGrafx. Let's see what else I got here. Real Pinball, a real piece of shit. On the 3DO. Most of these are all 3DO games. Let's see. Monster Mansion, or Manor, sorry, Escape from Monster Manor. Pretty neat game on the 3DO. Reminds me a lot of Wolfenstein, but I'm not a big fan of these, and usually the 3DO didn't have very good versions, but this was actually pretty good. And I think, I don't remember who was here with me, but I did play this for quite a few hours, and I will go back to it eventually because it was pretty fun. Let's see. Space Ace. On the 3DO, probably the best version of it. It has terrific visuals and music, but again, it's one of those memorization games where you have to do things real quick in action time sequences type things or whatever they're called, and it's kind of boring. But it looks neat though. Cyberpunk Hell. Shitty. Okay, so that's pretty much what's in there. We got some Tar games. I don't know if I had those in there last year. Pretty standard. Before we go down into here, I'll kind of go through the boxes and stuff. Up there is my CDX leather carrying case that came with the CDX that I got. I've never seen one of those. It's actually in really good condition. It's kind of like a camera case because that's about how big the CDX was as far as that, so that's pretty cool. That's new. Up there at the top you have an N64 controller box with a KB sticker on it, which is pretty cool, but that's not the original one that I have. But what's cool is I did buy a black controller. That was my first one-off color that I bought, so it's neat to have that. It has a styrofoam and everything in it. Wii U box, the one I got recently within the last 3 or 4 months. Pretty cool. I had those last year. This is a Nintendo 64 complete in box. Got the box. My original 64 is now in there, and that's the actual one that I got for that, so it's cool to have that in there. This is a complete in box GameCube. Don't know if I had this last year. This is a Saturn Fighting Stick. It's pretty cool, complete box. Jaguar box for an extra controller. This is a box for an Xbox One, as that falls over. There is a Titanfall Xbox One box. And that's it for the boxes. So we'll go down here to the other stuff here. And let's see, stuff that I didn't have last year. Billy Hatcher. I really don't buy that many GameCube games, so this is pretty much all the same that I had from previous years. I don't know if I had this. This is a really stupid game, but it's kind of cool to have this. I've never seen Universal Soldier before. We'll start over here as a smaller section. Most of all, what's here in this shelf are the more popular my Nintendo and N64 games. Some of the ones that are on the floor is the overflow. I'm running out of space. But these all have pretty quality titles. Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Run Saber is a good game. Aliens vs Predator, definitely gotta have that. Gem Powers, pretty crazy game. Let's see, what's new on the shelf? Sunset Riders. Got this for a pretty good deal. I think I got it for like 10 bucks. It's worth, I think it goes for like 40, 50, something like that. It's a good game. Let's see, I don't know if I had this last year. Castlevania 4, very good game. Sitting right there next to Mega Man X. This is a game I got to get to. I just haven't had a chance to play it. Battletoads Double Dragon. It's a good version on this system. Let's see, next shelf. Contra 3. That's a good game. Let's see. So I also got this. Got this for a pretty good deal the other week. For like 8 or 10 bucks. I don't remember. Always been looking for Super Punch Out. Definitely a good game if you've never played it. Shadowrun, another good one I got. Picked it up for about $8 or $10. It goes for a little bit more. Not a big fan of this series, but I'm going to use it probably for trade bait, like at SGC. That's it for the super games that are new. Let's see. And then we got, 64 games over here. I'll play Xena, it's a bad game. Only got it because of the LJN Defender. Got this in a trade with Matt Azaro, LJN Defender. StarCraft 64. Kind of a big StarCraft fan, but it's nice to have this. It's semi-rare. It says like 30 bucks. Battle Taboo sucks. This is a really good score. I haven't had a chance to play it. Of course, everyone drools over this game. This one is just loose. It's not too bad. But I'm sure people know more about that than I do, so I'm not really going to say much. I got that for a pretty good deal. It was like 30 bucks. So some people know they go loose for like 60, 80. So if you see it for 30 bucks and you're ever anywhere interested in playing it, you might as well pick it up. Because at least you could always sell it for that much. Here's an interesting one. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. Not interested at all, but it is a little more rare than the other Castlevania game. Plan to sell this. Got this pretty cheap. Probably sell that next year at SGC, or this year rather. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I don't think so. Nope, nothing else good in there. Alright. Now we're going this side of shit. Let's see, I do have a lot more Sega CD games than I had last year. This is a pretty cool Sega Classics collection. It's got a bunch of their older games along with Echo the Dolphin, which is one of Michael B's favorite games. Copy of Sewer Shark. I don't know, Soul Feces, whatever. It's a shooter game, pretty cool. This was actually nice. I got this at SGC. Lawnmower Man. It's an incredibly stupid game, but you don't see it very often. And it's a little bit beat up, but it still looks good, despite the outside casing. How could you not get Marky Mark? Let's see. Sega CD. Knock that shit over. Let's see what else I got. And this is my loose shit. I got Hook. Heart of the Alien, which is a weird game. Afterburner, Cliffhanger, and Sega CD. Prince of Persia, still got to play that. There's a nice score I picked up in the middle of the year, last year. The Terminator, a very good Sega CD game. Always on the lookout for that. Ultra Prime, it's a very strange beat 'em up. but it's not horrible. It's kind of hard. Definitely got a good soundtrack and everything. Let's see what those things see wise. Here's it. Rise of the Dragon. It's a pretty cool game. Not anything that I'm interested in playing, but it's very good, and I got it for pretty cheap and it's in nice shape. It's another one I've been looking for a while, Eternal Champions, the one on Sega CD, which is the sequel. A lot harder than the first one, but something I'm going to get around to doing more of. Let's see. I think this was there. 2X names. Shitty. So, okay. That's Sega CD. And let's see. Then over here also I'll have some the Dreamcast Off-Road Interceptor. This version is really bad compared to the 3DO, which is hard to say, but it really is. Video looks a lot worse and whatnot. These are two that I did for the 3DO. PGA Tour 96. This is the famous Tom Kite's a Dick line right here. And FIFA International Soccer. This did not make the actual video. I got this sealed and I opened it up on camera just for the purpose of doing it, but it didn't really fit in the episode. So it's actually not a bad game. It's a little strange the way they view it, but it's not a bad game overall for sports. Sega Saturn Alien Trilogy. It's a pretty cool game. There's not a copy or a complete copy of Twisted Game Show. And that's it for that crap. And then there's a reject pile over here for the NES or Super NES that just doesn't fit on the shelf because they're not good games. But I got the Marios, the three of them, the weird ones, Time Machine, Mario's Missing, Fun with Letters. I think there's another one, I'm just not really sure what it is. At least the weapon ain't shit. That's nothing really else worth mentioning. Got a few. Still trying to beef up my Master System collection. I just don't see a lot of them, so it makes it hard. But I got Rocky, Monopoly, and Thunderblade, which is a lot of memories of playing that game when I was a kid at Chuck E. Cheese when they had the whole ride element to it where you can go up and down. It was cool. You don't really see those anymore though. The Genesis is the loose Genesis are pretty much shamed to being on the floor because I don't. Again, I'm running out of space, so I don't have anywhere to really put them. So let's see if there's anything highlight-wise that I had from last year. Not that much. A lot of the good Genesis. Contra, Hardcore. I don't think I had that. I want to say I got it like in February, March, but if not, I got that. So I don't see that real often. And I got this, which is actually a lot better than the Nintendo version. And I would recommend you, if you had to pick two, or between the two that are out there, if you're not going to go with like the arcade, get this one. It plays a lot better. It's a lot more fun. The Nintendo one is kind of cheap, so I don't really recommend it. But they're pretty much the same game. Okay, so now we can get to the Nintendo. So I mostly just get loose stuff, but I have gotten some box, but we'll get to those later on. Let's see, stuff that I got over the... here we go. Here's a good one. Adventure Island 3. You don't really see that too often. Adventure Island 3 and 2 are kind of rare on the Nintendo. He won 20. I think I got this down to like $10 when I bundled it. It was all said and done. That's a good price for this game. Let's see. Batman Returns. Kind of been looking for that too. He won it at 15. I got it for 5. Bundled it with some other stuff. That's a good game. Let's see. Keep going down. Bobble Base Wars. Here we go. This is something Arthur gave me a little while ago for Christmas. Bucky O'Hare. I've been complaining about not having a copy of this, and I'm really looking forward to playing that. So I'll be doing that later. Let's see. Hopefully I had that last time. You know I have DuckTales too. At least if you watched the last video, you do. G.I. Joe. I got the other one that I was missing. Again, he won at 15, as you can see there on the sticker. I got him down to 5. So another. I've heard this is better than the one that I have, but I don't really know because I haven't played it yet. But again, it's on the list of stuff to get done when I get a chance. Here's a good one. The Jetsons. This is that I know of. I believe this is the only Jetson game on the Nintendo. There was some other like cartoons that related to this. You know, like the Flintstones. There were two versions, and obviously everyone knows that one is more expensive than the other, or rare. But this is the only one on the system. And I don't know if it's just rare or they like to drive the prices up. But the last time I looked, I want to say this was almost at the $80. Got this guy for about $3. So you can eat that. Let's see. Haven't played it yet though. Again, I gotta get to it. Mega Man, see that last time. Metroid, I got picked the book a while back for that. This one. There's another one. I want to say it's Mickey Mouse or Mickey Safari for letters. These are all kids games apparently. This one was Adventure in Numberland. It's kind of expensive. It's like a $35 game for some reason. I don't know why. Got it for like $3. So that's a good score. And here is the best score of last year, and it came in the waning days of the 2014 Mighty Final Fight. Had I not picked up this, Jetsons would have been the winner for the cheapest game or cheapest paid for a game. But I found this probably maybe like 2 days before Christmas, and I just happened to go in there to be looking my normal stuff. Saw this in there, saw it on the shelf, and I was immediately worried because I was like, okay, everyone knows about this game. It should be pretty expensive. People like to put a high price on this. Picked it up, and he had it for $10, and after I bundled it all down, I got it for $5. So this is probably the best score because this is trending for over like $100, I believe, right now, or thereabouts. So probably the best deal I'll get on any like really super expensive game, like in a retail setting. I'll say that much, rather than like not I suppose like garage sale or whatever that I'll probably ever get. So I played it a little while, got through like the first 3 or 4 levels. It's actually a fun game, so it's kind of worth it to have. Capcom did not let you down on that one. So let's see, keep going. Pro-Am had that. Picked up Ren and Stimpy's Buckaroo, I believe is what it is. That's a pretty cool game. Starship Hector. It's another weird game. Let's see. And that's it. That's stuff that's interesting. I finally ran out of space on this shelf, so I need another one because the Nintendo games are starting to get on the ground. So that's the stuff that's over here. There's another section across the room that I'll have to show you because you got other systems and other boxes. So let's go over there and look at it. Alright, so we're on the other side of the room now. This is where I have 2 shelves now. This shelf last year was supporting this TV over here, but I finally picked up one of these at like a garage sale, and this is what I was really kind of looking for. They're really sturdy and made to put heavy shit on. So I was able to take that shelf, put it over here because I needed another one for the systems. So I kind of cleared this corner up and put all the shit over here, and I'm still running out of room. It looks like a mess because I just don't have enough room. I'll probably need like another set of shelves to do this. So, but anyways, as far as like stuff, I'll just go over here real quick because this has one of the bigger pickups that I had I just got this summer. My CDX. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. They go for still a pretty good amount of money. You don't see them very often. They are a lot better to use than any other Genesis model that I've ever come across, or any other Sega CD model. Just the quality and the picture on them, just superior. And it's nice to have it in a little casing here. My only complaint about this damn thing, and it was truly a complaint, you got the power back here. This fucking thing, the AV is in the side, so you can't. It should have been back. Bottom line, it should have been back here. Why the hell it's back over in the side is ridiculous, because it's going to stick out like that. So it makes it impossible to sit next to anything. And to me, when you have something on the side like this, it just promotes it being broken. It's just a dumb design to me. But it should have been back here, but it's not. Interesting fact to know about the CDXs. You can play CDs with it. If it looks like a portable CD player, that's because it is. You can put batteries here on the side, and you can play CDs in it. So you can take it with you like as a Walkman, or a CD player, whatever you want to call it. And it's got volume up and down on the side for you to do that, and a line out. So, but it's like I said, it's definitely the superior of the Sega's that I've ever played. Now, I think I've heard there's like a JVC one that's even rarer than that one. Never seen it, never heard of it. I don't even know if it was like widely sold, so maybe that's better, but to me that one's probably the best of them. So, alright, leave that alone. We'll come back over here. On this side, around the summer, picked up a TurboGrafx. It does not have the back hump thing that goes over here, but it's still a good system. It's the first time I've ever seen this as a kid. It's really nice. It works really good, so they should have. I'm glad I didn't buy one because it didn't have a lot of games for it, but it definitely was worthy of being in the running with, I think, like Sega and Nintendo. My only complaint is the length of the cord. This is ridiculous. Okay, so you plug it there. I mean, this is one of those. I guess the idea was you would take this out, put it on the ground, and you play. But this is shit. There's no reason why these controllers should be that long. My other complaint is it too, if you ever want to play 2-player on this, there is not 2 controller inputs on this console. Now, you don't have to be ghetto like the 3DO and daisy chain the motherfuckers together, but you do have to buy a separate adapter to put in there to port it out. And I know there have been other models of the TurboGrafx that came out afterwards. I think they were all consistently like that. I don't know how many, multiple systems there were, or multiple games that there were for that multi-controller thing, but it's dumb. So that's that. This has replaced my working one or at least the one that I play with, Nintendo 64, the green one. I found it. It's actually pretty cool. I think this was I don't know if it was Donkey Kong one, but there were multiple colors of the 64 released over its lifespan. The green, purple, the traditional black. Stop it, you stupid ass. And then there were a couple more, and the most expensive of them all was the Pokemon one, which actually has like Pikachu right here. That's pretty rare, but I got this. This is a nice one. I'm probably going to try to collect the rest of them when I get a chance. Up here is my Wii U. Very good system. I much prefer to play this guy next to the Wii. When I got the Wii, it was pretty disappointing to me. I still think, even to this day, it was dumb to have to use the motion control stuff and the way they did the controllers. But I mean, I understand why people liked it, but I thought it was pretty lame. But this thing right here is far superior to the Wii using this because of the controller style here and the fact you can press stuff. So it's definitely a good investment, and I play a lot of games with it. So it was definitely a plus for me from Nintendo. It's nice to see them get back in the ring. Now I know people bitch about this because when it launched it didn't have the titles, but it's still a good system, and I think at the price point you can't beat it. These are just some cheapo Xbox games. Reading Flashback, I'm sure we'll be drooling over these for some reason. So there's some cheap shit there. Here's a Duke. I have another. I try to collect Dukes when I can because one, they go out, and two, I like the Duke better than I like any other style of controller for the Xbox. So there are a few that I like, so I have that now. There's random controllers and shit. I've got like 3 or 4 different controllers for like 3DO and Saturn and everything, and I think I had the Saturn last year, but anyways, it's down there. There's my 2 PlayStations. I'm pretty sure I had those last year. Here's some new additions. Always nice to have these. This one is in pretty good condition, and this one does have the 2 built-in games at the load up without having a cartridge in. So there are some that don't, and there are some that do. I'm not sure if there's a model number or anything you can go by, but this one does have it in there, so it's nice to have this one. I do have the gun for it in there. I do have 2 controllers, and I have the original power source. It took me a while to piece that all together, but these are kind of strangely rare, I would say. There's not many of them left, so nice to have a hold of that. There's Double Dragon in here on that, so that's pretty nice. And then I have this, which is an interesting pickup. Bought it from somebody who didn't know that it was working. It's because this is a very scaled down model. You don't see many of these. It's the Master System 2. Kind of like they had the Super Nintendo 2 versions, which are smaller, and Genesis 2 and 3. They just kept making them. So these are basically just to keep the system alive by making another run at it. It's got this really weird, stupid thing. There's the plug-in, there's the power. The problem is with these power and pause, that there's no card slot. So unlike this one where you could plug in the 3D glasses, or you could put some cards in that were extra for some games. Couldn't do that with this one. Also, there's no lights on this motherfucker, so you don't really ever know when it's turning on. Which is not that you have to have lights, but I think it's reasonable from every system that you use that there should be some sort of light that will know that it actually is turning on, like, you know what I mean, that it's not broken or something. So this one does not have that, but they did that to save money. So another strange thing about this one was the reason why he thought it didn't work, and then I got it. As you can see back here, that's missing a few things back here, is because this is a PAL version. So obviously he wasn't going to get to work on a standard TV, but it does. My cat's having a hairball over here, Dave the cat. So, but this does work. I had to put it on a weird channel to see it. Got it for a pretty good price. So it's not that I'll ever use it, but I'll probably put it up as part of my collection to have for that. I don't think I had this in my video last year. There's my Jaguar, and I finally got a controller for it. So this is not that it makes it any better, but I do have it for it. Here is, there's a bunch of Game Gears back there. Here is what is this Pokemon? What? Gold. And then there is Game Boy Color right there. There's also, or a clear one, sorry. And then this is another purple one. So those are kind of cool. Sega Saturn. Lucky enough to get this. You don't see these very often for the Saturn. They also had one of these for the Sega CD. I haven't seen one of those either. That helped you expand your memory because there's only so much. I think there's a little bit of memory in this guy, but not very much at all. So it's really important that you have one of these if you want to, play any games and you want to have extra space to save. So there was still a saving memory problem back in the day, despite what we have with the PS3s and the 360s. So that's what these are for. And then you got, here's the gun for the Saturn. Pretty cheap little piece of shit. This is my retired, so to speak, Sega with the 32X mounted on it. I don't know if I had this last year. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but we'll go over it again. This is my ColecoVision right down there with its big ass power supply, probably the biggest one you'll ever see. This is the expansion model that I got for it as well. I got the styrofoam with it, just not the box. What's nice for this, you can use this to play Atari games, and it keeps me from having to buy an Atari if I want to play any of my games. And it's much easier to just plug this in than use the controllers. So probably, if you got one of these, maybe the preferred way, if you just want to just buy another Atari and have another system laying around. I like Atari, but it's not something I'm going to collect, so I'm not going to go on my way to get a bunch of these systems all together. Let's see. Okay, moving up. And what else we got here? This is where I have a lot of my boxed games now. There are some pretty cool ones, so I'll kind of show you some of these. Wacky Worlds. Very strange game. I didn't know this existed. I saw it at my local store, looked into it, and I was really surprised. I had no idea. This basically is like a rip-off of what Mario Paint is, but only on the Sega. And of course they use Sonic, and you can do a lot of the same stuff. It actually has a mouse, so if anyone doesn't know, there was a mouse for the Sega, designed specifically for it. Haven't played it. This is nice. It has the instruction manual, the mouse pad, and that. So it's pretty much complete for the most part. Nice little deal. I'm looking forward to kind of having fun with that. I heard it's pretty bad. It's not a comparison to Mario Paint, but who knows. So, what else I got? These are some pretty nice Atari games. Got them pretty cheap with the manuals, so it's kind of neat to have these. I'm sure some Atari guy would like to have those. I'll probably end up selling these at SGC because I don't really need them. Let's see what else I got over here. Some Wii U games. Had that last year. This is really nice. This box is, I dare say, almost in perfect condition for this game. Now, of course, this game isn't, it's not like a big seller. There's a lot of, what I was saying is it's not really expensive. There's a lot of copies of it. But this is really nice. And they even wrapped it too. So it's not sealed, but it's wrapped. So I'm sure somebody would like this. I'll probably end up getting rid of this. It was pretty cheap. But that's a really nice box. Here's some two that I will, again, most likely be selling. I do collect Nintendo primarily, but I'm not going to be keeping everything that I get because there's certain games I would like boxed and certain games I just want. So these are probably ones that I'm not going to keep because they're worth something who really likes these games. So this is Metal Gear. I'm sure you all know the series. Maybe you don't really know that there's a Nintendo version. This is complete in box. The box isn't really in bad shape, so probably sell that at SGC. Here's another box, pretty semi-famous. I don't like the game. Castlevania 2, pretty good shape, but that's complete in box. And then we got, let's see, what else will be? That's for that stack. Here we go. Here's a good one I picked up this year that for some reason or another I've never heard of, and two, it's worth a lot of money. I want to say it goes up past the $100 mark, complete in box. Punisher, it basically is a beat 'em up, kind of like Model Final Fight and Final Fight and all those other games like that. It's nothing really special. Me and my cousin played it once when he was over here. It's okay. It's Capcom. Maybe that's why it's so expensive. But I got a copy of this, and I also got another copy loose. So they're good games. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep one of these two. I'll probably sell them at SGC. Not that when I say sell to, I'm not really trying to hope to make like a lot of money and I'm not a reseller. But you know, you get games sometimes that are cheaper and you buy them in hopes that you can trade them up and get something else that you really want. Like I would trade one of these for like a really expensive Nintendo game that I'm missing. So, you know, I'm always open to that. But I'm probably get rid of these too. I'll probably play it again just to check, but it doesn't seem like something I'd really want to keep in my collection. There's the box for Double Dragon on the Master System. Let's see. That's good. No, that's probably it for that stack. So we'll go over to here. Some of these I've already sold to some of my multi-tap brothers, so to speak. I picked this one up the other week. You don't see this very often. Got it for a relatively good deal. It was like 35 bucks. Sold it to Jay Dubious. He has the box and the manual, so he needs this to complete it, so everyone knows what that will be worth when he gets that. But anyways, this was a childhood game for him. It's the reason why I wanted it. So I tried to make it as good a deal as I could on it, so this will be going to him. And I'll show you the other one I got sold. This one, too, one of the holy grail of the N64 world. This is a complete in-box Conkers. You saw I had the loose one earlier. This one was for such a good price I couldn't pass it up. Box is a little rough, but it's still complete in box, so it's definitely worth a good amount of money. Already sold this to Donovan of our group over there, so he likes this game and wanted it, so made him a deal and sold it to him. So that'll be going to him. There's two other games that I bought mainly for the purpose of selling them or trading them for some stuff that I really want. Majora's Mask, everyone knows that. It's collector's edition, so this is the gold one. This one does not have the book, but the box is in fairly good shape, so that will be a good one. And here is the Ocarina of Time one, the collector's, with the kind of the glossy coat on the front of it. This one is complete in box. The box is a little bit worse than Majora's, but it's not horrible. So again, I'll be trying to get rid of that and selling it to somebody who wants it. I'm not a big Zelda fan, so, and even if I got these for like $5, I don't think I'd keep them, just because, again, maybe I like the game, but it's better to go to somebody who cares about Zelda. Because I'll probably never play these games. Okay, let's get over here. Let's see what else I got. I had some of these last year. These were really nice. I only need one more to complete my collection on this. In the first one it has more meaning for me because I did get it on Christmas morning. I have the original black box one. Of course, like most kids, I threw it away. So I'm still looking for Mario Brothers 1 complete in box, and I'll have all three of them. So that'll be nice. This is Mario Brothers 2. This one is in probably the best condition I've ever seen for a Nintendo game that was opened. It doesn't have like any real nicks on the corners or anything. There's a slight little tear right here where they opened it on both sides, but other than that, I mean, it looks really good. It's not like faded or nothing. And this is complete in box as well, so that's really, really, really nice. This is Mario 3. It's got a little tape that I got to get off of it, but other than that, it's in really good condition as well, complete in box. So that's a really good score as well. So I just need one more, which would be Mario 1. So if I ever get a chance to get one of those, I'll have the complete on that. Let's see. Some of these aren't complete in box, but they are. They were still in the box, so they were. Gotta get them. Weird Game, Space Shuttle. It's sealed, so to speak, not sealed from the factory, but sealed. So it doesn't have the styrofoam, and I don't know if it has the book, but the box is in pretty good shape, and it's a weird game, so why not? Micro Machines, not the book and not the styrofoam, but the game goes for a pretty good amount, and you don't see the box very often. Camerica, so weird game. Had to get that. Flintstones. This is in a really good shape for the box, and this one is complete in box. So rather than just get the loose one, I figured I'd get that one. Here's another good one. It's classic series, you know, it's Punch Out. Some people would rather have Mike Tyson's Punch Out. This is in really good shape again, and this is complete in box. So it's nice to have that. I bought these two the other week. I saw them, they were a little expensive, but they're Star Wars, so how could you say no to Star Wars, you know what I mean? So these, and obviously if anyone knows anything about these games, they're terrible. Absolutely horrible on the Nintendo. But it's nice to have these two. They're both complete in box, so it's good stuff. Here's another one I have not decided, because it's in good shape. I have not decided if I want to get rid of. This is Bubble Bobble. Is complete. Has the manual. The box is in pretty good shape again. Some tape I gotta get off, but other than that, it's in good shape. It's worth a good bit of money. I didn't pay a lot for it. So, I don't know. I have a copy of Bubble Bobble. I don't really like the game. I don't know if it's one of those that I'd want to have the box for. Because it's not like the box is really neat or anything that has really cool graphics. It's pretty bland. So, I don't know. May or may not sell it. If someone gives me the right enough money, I'm sure I may be swayed to one side or the other. Oh shit, that's up here. There's Pokemon Blue. And that's probably about it. So I concentrated more on trying to get some particular stuff that I knew was going to be either rare or worth it, rather than just dumping a bunch of random crap. That just like random NES games to fill out my collection. I'll probably do that later, but at this time I'm trying to get good games that are worth it. So, but that's all about that I picked up about this year. I think I did pretty good. I'll be interested to see what I get this next coming year. Like you saw, I have a lot of games that I'm going to be doing trades at, and hopefully SGC I can get some more stuff that will either help me fill out like my TurboGrafx or Nintendo. That's kind of the two systems I'm looking to get into and get some more rare stuff. So, well, that's pretty much the 2014 wrap-up of what I've got from my collection. You'll see another one of these next year this time, and we'll go over all the other crap that I have. Maybe I'll have more shelves. Maybe I'll have like shelves lining the ceilings so I can put some of the boxes up, who knows. But until then, we'll see you.